Today we are checking out the SRT track style side skirts in gloss black for the 2015 to 2023 Chargers, excluding the wide body. If you're wanting a lower, more aggressive profile without going full body kit, then these skirts give you that track inspired look and a simple option that are definitely worth checking out. These run the length of the rocker to visually lower the car and sharpen the body line. The fins at the ends add that SRT style edge while keeping a tight, low profile stance so you're not snagging on curbs or speed bumps when you don't want to. These are shaped perfectly for the Charger's contours so the edges sit flush and the gaps stay tight. And the car looks factory plus rather than a pieced together afterthought. Day to day, they help shield the lower doors from any kicked up road grime and keep that lower paint clean. And they pair nicely with a front splitter and a rear spoiler for a balanced look. When it comes to the construction, you're getting lightweight, impact-resistant ABS with this smooth gloss black finish that blends well with the OE trim or stands out as a contrast piece if you needed to. The panels are molded for the Charger specifically, and the ends are capped for a finished look. And the kit uses automotive-grade adhesive tape and hardware for the factory plus pinch weld points for a solid, rattle-free mount. The panels are molded for the Charger specifically, the ends are capped for that finished look, and the kit uses automotive-grade tape and hardware for a flush and solid, rattle-free mount. Now when it comes to the pricing on this, it's coming in right around that $200 price range. That's a solid value for changing up your car's profile look with a vehicle-specific fit with a gloss black finish. When it comes to the install on this one, it's gonna get rated a light 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can get this job done in 2 hours or less of your time if everything goes smooth. Now let's head on out to the shop. We're gonna give you a detailed walkthrough of exactly how this install process goes.
For this install, you'll need a drill, a 1/8 inch drill bit, a razor blade, and a Phillips head screwdriver. Today we're gonna be installing side skirts on our Charger. Let's get started. Just a quick little note, we're gonna lift up our vehicle a little bit so we can get under there and see it a little bit easier, but that is an unnecessary step that we have to do. You can still install it on the ground. All right, we have our side skirts on our table so we can do some demonstrations here. Now this is 2 pieces that are gonna come together and they're gonna lock right in with these tabs, just like that. And that's what it will look like entirely on the vehicle. Now we're gonna use some tape and some sealer, some double-sided tape to go along both edges, the inner and the outer, and we're gonna get this stuck on there so we can get it on the vehicle and then we can get it mounted. All right, now we're gonna apply some double-sided tape. You can put this in any mounting spot you want, but this is where I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna do 2 strips right here in between our pre-drilled screw locations. And with a razor blade, we can cut that off right there. Apply another strip. And now you can repeat this process going down the entire side skirt. Once you have all your double-sided tape on the side skirt, this is generally what it should look like. Again, I have double pieces going along each bolt hole in the spaces. So if you want to do something like this is recommended. If not, you can do it any which way. Run a whole long strip going across. But now we're gonna get this unpeeled and get it stuck onto the vehicle. All right, using the edge of my razor blade, I'm gonna remove the protector on the back of the double-sided tape. Once you get that backing peeled off, you can now repeat for the other pieces of double-sided tape. All right, now that we have the side skirt laid all the way out and we have all of our backings removed, I'm gonna lift it up and place it onto the vehicle. At this point, it might be a good idea to get an extra set of hands and eyes to get everything lined up, but I'm gonna do my best job. Now for our screw holes and our pre-drilled mounting spots, we're going to use a pilot bit to drill a 1/8 inch hole just to get that started directly into the lower rocker. And now we can take the provided hardware with a Phillips head screwdriver and get one of those screws in. Now you can continue on and drill your pilot holes and put in your screws, but for demonstration purposes, we're not going to be installing any more screws. Now these screws right here do not require any drilling. This is actually to keep the two pieces of the side skirt together. So with the provided hardware, we can get this started with our Phillips head screwdriver. Once you get those 3 screws installed, you can now repeat for the other side. Once you have your side skirt on and mounted, you can now repeat for the other side. And just a quick reminder, you do not have to put your vehicle in the air. This is just for demonstration purposes. All right, that wraps up our install for SRT track style side skirts in gloss black for 15 to 23 Charger excluding wide body. Just remember, for everything Charger related, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.